Excuse me. Good morning, Chef Mama Bliss. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Hope you're cooking up a storm. Yep. I have been doing a lot of cooking. I've been dry aging my ribeye beef. I've been dry aging that in my fridge, and I have a fan on it. I salted it a little bit, and it's really super tender. And I bought a strip loin, a New York strip loin, the whole piece. It wasn't that good. I didn't dry age that, but I dry aged the ribeye, which was really good. So I'm off to the kitchen supply store today to get another ribeye because I'm almost out. I like to eat my meat every day, and it's good price too. It's $10.99 a pound, so it's very reasonably priced. Yeah, yep. So that's all I've been doing, and making my own like berries and stuff from the freezer. I've been doing that. Um, Basically blueberry jam, blackberry jam, that kind of thing. I've been using different gelatins and stuff like that, right? But the new berry season's coming up pretty quick here, so I'm interested in making some jellies. And I had a friend, this chef, this Greek friend of mine. He was a chef. He had several restaurants around town, and he would freeze his Jello. Well, my Jello doesn't freeze very good, so I've been experimenting with just different gelatins and stuff like that. You know, yeah. I'm making gumbo and bignets for a client. I don't know. I know what gumbo is. I don't know what I don't even know how to say it. I'm butchering that. Bignets for a client. Is that like a biscuit of some kind or something? Because I know what gumbo is. I've made several gumbos, but I tend to make too much food, and then mostly it's just me eating it. So it's like, So I think I'm going to go down to the yes. Oh, good. Oh, I guessed right. It was strictly a guess. That's it. Yeah. But yeah. I think I'm going to. There's a couple of homeless camps down the road. I haven't been there in quite some time. So when I'm making extra, I think, like, because I make these soups and I'm like, oh God, I just made a miso soup 3 days ago, and I ate a couple of bowls, and then there's like this much in a stock pot, and I'm like, oh my God, I've made too much. But making too much food, I don't like to waste anything. So I have a new miso paste from Japan, an organic miso paste. I really like buying it. If I'm buying something, I'll pay the extra dollar for the organic organic coffee or organic miso, whatever it is. I like the ferment foods added to my diet. It seems to be working for me. Good to see you, Chef Mama Bliss. Yeah. David Corey with Crop. What's going on, Howie? Well, not too much, David. Just good to see you. Always a pleasure. Yeah, just talking to Chef Mama Bliss there. Chef Mama Bliss makes a living from making food for others. She's very good at what she does. I've watched a lot of her videos. Yeah, yeah. You can learn a lot from her, and I imagine she could learn a lot from you as well, or myself. But a very good person. I've known her for a couple years now, just on YouTube. and one other channel that I go to, my little sister's channel there. Mama Bliss goes there too. And good to see you, David Corey with Grub. I've seen a few of your videos. Yep. Adrian, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm always a student. Yeah, me too. I love learning. Good to see you, Adrian. I'm on StreamYard, so I can't give out any wrenches. So sorry, buddy. Don't know how. I know you like to cruise around. Adrian's from the UK. He's always been a good fellow. Yeah. Yeah. David Corey's saying, I'm always, yeah. Yeah. I like learning. That's the big thing. My foraging is going to start pretty quick. Adrian saying hello, okay, to David. So I'm going to start my foraging pretty quick, and that's coming up with the new greens. I'm going to start with the violets, the flowers, and then I'm going to go to, hey, Jamie, good to see you. And then I'm going to go to the mahonias, the new green leaves, and the shallal leaves. These are indigenous plants that grow here on the west coast of the Pacific Northwest in British Columbia and Vancouver Island. There's some natural sources for foraging, and that's what all earthlings did at one time, is they foraged before they were farming. Yeah. Excuse me. Blistering. Okay. Good to see you, Jamie. Always a pleasure. So that's going to be coming up. I guess it is afternoon in the UK. That's going to be coming up in my life. I'm going to be foraging and fishing. Unfortunately, I'm only going to do foraging, a couple of foraging, maybe a week segment long series of foraging for about a week in the spring. What's available and what flowers are available and what salad leaves are available. I also plan on going clamming here pretty quick. So I'm hoping to get some clamming time in and get a nice bunch of. I like the little neck clams and butter clams. I like those ones. Those are my favorite. I don't mind mussels too. There's a couple types of mussels here, one indigenous and one not so indigenous, but they both taste okay. And you better know what you're doing with them, right? And I realize that seafood don't last long, right? Like, it's not like you're eating beef. Beef will last a long time, but seafood's like pork. It goes, or chicken. It goes bad fairly rapidly. The Bud Files. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning to you, Bud Files. Welcome. Okay. Now I put out the where is it here? Maybe I'll do it again. You all can go back up there. Yeah, it's just right there somewhere. There it is. So it's still there. But that's what I'm doing in my future here pretty quick, because spring's already happened here. Hello, Mr. Pirate. Spring's already pretty much happened here. Everything's in full bloom. Everything. Well, I shouldn't say everything, but all the camellias are. They're all bloomed. The pink ones, the red ones. Yeah, the white ones. The pink ones are the first to bloom. Then it's the red camellias, and then it's the white camellias. Cheers, Earthlings. Yes. Hey, make it by Mandy. Yay. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Andrew Heinrich. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fall Dog. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And good to see you, Mandy. Just woke up to a frozen house here this morning. So I'm here with my dogs and a fresh cup of coffee and wearing my winter jacket. It's quite cool out, but I have to call the furnace guy because it's not coming on. And I don't know anything about electronics or whatever that is. So I'm cool. I have a little electric furnace thing on over there. I'm like, oh my, it is quite cold. Dave Knight with his present. And he has a wrench, Mr. Knight. He has one of those permanent ones. So what's that pumpkin or squash behind you? Oh, that's my warty pumpkin. That's Mr. Warty right there. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to eat him or not, but these are the Cucurbita ficofolia. And over there is Hubbard, and down there is a white acorn and canning. And this is stuff that I keep with my bug out bag right there. Like it's just a carry bag. It's not really the big bug out bag. My big bug out bag, I can't even pick up. I have to put it in like a cart and drag it. Funky looking. Yeah. It's just one of those things that I grow. And cold here this morning too. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just hanging out by myself and just waiting on sunlight. And it's supposed to be sunlight in 30 minutes, so that'll be nice. 7:15, usually full light, but actually around 7 it gets a little lighter. But I'm not up to too much. Not up to too much at all. Other than I'm going to get my prime rib, or not my prime rib, my ribeye. I buy the whole ribeye from the the kitchen supply store because they have the best, and it comes from the prairies. It doesn't sit in a cattle lot. You can taste like it's grass fed. It wandered around and ate whatever was in the field or the bush, and yeah, you can tell right away as soon as you eat it. It's like, oh, you can taste this tastes like beef. This tastes like kind of elk-like. Dave Knight says starting plants was like spring, back to winter next week. Oh no, not for me. I'm still picking kiwi and lemons. Well, I put my Meyer lemon back outside. I'm going to do a little video of that. And I put the Meyer lemon in front of where my gas line comes in with the gas. They have gas smart meters now here. They you know how like you have electrical smart meter, now they have a gas smart meter. Yeah, I've been doing that too. It's actually cheaper to cut your own steaks that way. Oh yeah. I pay $10.99 a pound for ribeye, and where are you going to get ribeye at $10.99 a pound that's grass fed? So, and what I do is I dry age mine too. I put it in. I have a refrigerator, one of those Gen Air ones, and I took out the one level so I can put in my dry aged beef, and it seems to work pretty good. I went through a dry aged ribeye. It took me a couple of weeks, but if you're eating a steak every day. But then I also purchased some New York strip loin, and they weren't that good. But what it was, I looked on the back, like my ribeye was from the prairies. I think it was processed in Winnipeg, but it walked around on the prairie and ate, so it was grass fed. And then the other one wasn't. I think it was from a cattle lot. It was from Canada, but it was a different looking beef altogether. And I'm like, okay, and it was a different facility. So I was just like, So, and you could tell it wasn't that, like, it was tender, but it wasn't that super tender beef that you want, where it's just kind of falling apart when you're chewing it. You don't have to get lockjaw to chew the beef, right? So, yeah. So it is a lot cheaper for dry aged tomahawk. That's the prime rib with the rib on it. I think it's like $79 a kilo. I think that's what it is. That's because I went like a while back, and I went and looked at people that dry aged beef. I should have made a video, I guess, but I went there. Hello. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Garjez. Canoe. Sorry, butchered that, but welcome, welcome, welcome. So I went and I went to Thrifties. They have one. They had a big cabinet. I talked to the butcher there. He was quite friendly, and I engaged in dry aged beef. His is up to like 2 months. I thought, well, I don't want to just eat a piece of meat on a slab that's been there for 2 months. Oh, that's your channel name. Your name is Canna. Welcome, Jessa. Okay. Oh, I see. Garjesi Canna. Oh, I see. You made it easy for me. Oh, thank you kindly. And yeah, so that was a little. I went to a couple different butchers, and I went to a place to get my raw milk. I go to Couch and get my raw milk. Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so the Couch and milk's been really nice. My name is Rachana Jagtap. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make it by Mandy. I just can't afford a steak in the store. Me neither. And I like steak, so that was my solution. We don't eat it often, but it's about 1/3 the price or even cheaper this way. Yeah, when you buy it in bulk, like I go to the kitchen supply store, and I think it's called the Real Canadian Superstore or something like that, because they have this big sign, but then they've changed it to the Canadian Store or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, it must be a corporate thing. But in there, I can buy a whole lamb, okay, like the whole lamb for $200. Yeah. And under, like I can get it from 130 to $200. $200 is the max on the entire lamb. And then you can buy beef. They don't say it's free range beef. They just say where it's from, and you can track it, and it goes right to Winnipeg. And then if it was in a what ranch or whatever it come from, it's right there. It tells you. So then you can go and Google that, and then you look it up, and there's the cow sitting in the field chewing on hay. It's not in a little tiny box somewhere being fed some weird stuff, and you can taste the difference. You can absolutely taste the difference. Yeah, you can absolutely taste the difference. Please support me, brother. I think I am subscribed to your channel. I think so. But yeah, if you hang around enough with people around here and they get to know you, then they'll go over and sign up to your channel. But people here just don't go and sign up to a channel if someone asks. Not generally. You have to get to know people, and then if you do a hand correspondence, instead of the YouTube thing, you get to know someone and you send them a letter, they send you a letter back, and that's a pen pal. Okay. And that's how, you can, progress with friendship. I like to write a letter. Not that I write enough. People write me a lot more than I write them, but I always thank them though. I either phone them or I thank them on YouTube, or I have another way as well, which I'm not going to explain. Yeah, but I'm going to go grab another coffee, and I ended up getting the newspaper, so I'm going to read that. Someone kindly left it in my mailbox. Letter writing is a lost art. Yeah, yeah. I have to write more letters. I have to write my brother a letter, but I really don't like him very much. But I love him. I don't even return his calls sometimes. I never call him. He phones me like when someone dies or whatever, right? But I don't call him. I didn't really like the guy. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't miss anybody that tried to come up. Letter writing is a lost art. Yeah. Well, I have to start doing more but Canada, many people Indian. But Canada, okay, many people Indian. Well, they call people Indians here, but they're really not Indians. We have a lot of people go to a place called Surrey that, and they got a lot of farming up through the Delta. They bought farms years ago. That people from India, they're Punjabi, Jakardi, Raini, Hindi. There's a bunch of different groups, and they've become quite wealthy, and from farming and businesses that they own, and the houses, they own a lot of houses. Yeah, yeah. And there are many types of people from India, like from Bangladesh, and they there's quite a few different ones. The more wealthy ones are the Punjabi. They have their Punjabi temples, and they actually feed people too. You can just show up on the day that they feed, and you just go and you eat with the rest of them. I like their food. That's quite interesting, and you don't pay. And I thought, wow, a place you don't pay. Cool. So I've had quite a bit of food from India, and but I know that's a big country, and there's over 1,000 dialects there. So yeah, but what's coming up for myself is the new gardening season. So that's pretty cool, and everything's in bloom here. It's kind of weird. Japanese sugar plums are in bloom, and then several other type of plums too. Yeah. But also different blueberries are blooming, and the snowdrops and the crocuses and daffodils. It's like really weird because it's still February and we're supposed to have like snow, but it's not happening. I'm long video comment. Okay. I'm not planning on doing a garden this year. Not like I typically do. I don't have time. Yeah. Okay. I'll go and check it out. Thank you kindly. Mandy, yeah, you're not just a small container garden, even something's better than nothing. But how's the ambo going? Yeah, you should be finished that soon. And then traveling. I bet you're gonna go travel. Yeah, it's a big island, a big province. Yeah, yeah. I've been wanting to go get some gold. That's what I've been wanting. And I know a little spot up island that you get a couple 3 grams of gold here and there in a crevice, or busting up some rock, you get a little bit inside if there's a crevice inside, that kind of thing. Crevices are the best. That's where if there is any gold, that's where to be. It'd be nice to find jagged gold, but that's really tough. You just find kind of flat, rounded gold that's traveled. So I've got my sloosh, I've got my pan, and what else did I get? I've got a little stock of this and that, but I want to go and do some gold panning, because if you can get in there when it's not melting yet and it hasn't rained for a bit, then the water level will go down. You can get at some really nice stuff. But there we go. Okay, I'm close. Yeah, so fishing, of course. There's only like half a dozen, if that, rivers that are fully intact on Vancouver Island. On the coast, there's a few more with all the runs, the sea run, cutthroat, and the rainbow and steelhead runs and stuff like that. It's getting rarer and rarer. I just bought probably like 2-3 weeks ago. I'll have to do some fishing this year. Oh yeah, me too. Oh, I love fishing. I bought a king salmon. and it wasn't cheap, but it sure was tasty. So what I did is I bought half of a giant 30-pound king salmon, and it was vacuum sealed. And when I opened it up, it was just like fresh, like the day. I was just like, oh my! I didn't catch it. I had to buy it. Yeah, fishing is number one right now. Steelhead are big right now, and they're just turning color because they've been up out of the ocean for a little bit. I don't really. I like them silver, but I like them a little bit darker with the pink red stripe through them in there. That's for me because I like to smoke them too, right? Mm. But yeah, food is on the list again. Last year I had great food year, and I have some improvements on my health, so that's really cool. It takes a long time to heal up stuff, hey? So there's, yeah, you smoke a lot of fish last year. Last year looked delicious. Yes, yes. In the Master Chef Smoker. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I did a lot of different types of fish. I did cod, which I don't normally do, but it was delicious. And I did salmon, steelhead. I did turkey, chicken, pork chop, steak. When the smoker's going, just put one little piece in there. You load it up. But I shared in my village with people. But it takes money and it takes time to do such things. So now I have some hardwood saved. I have maple, alder, and and I think, yeah, birch I have saved. So I'm not purchasing that this year. I'm just cutting off the rounds. I have a small saw somewhere. There it is. Yeah. So I'm just going to cut off little rounds. It's a little electric rechargeable deal. So I just cut off rounds with that and just put it right into the smoker. I'm not into paying for the wood chip. It's expensive for wood chips. And you go through it pretty quick. And I even tried slowing it down with the water, but you know what? Soaking in water is great, but then you have that white milky on the food. Like it, not into it. I want what I do. When you load a smoker, can you load it with different food and they won't taste like each other? Like if you put fish and chicken, chicken won't taste fishy. Well, the thing is, it's what's up top here, and then it comes down onto the second layer and then the third layer. So if you don't want fish and chicken tasting the same, so on one third put your fish all the way down here, and this second third here you can put your beef, and then on your third tier you can put your chicken. So that way any drippings don't 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 mix together. I think that's your question. Why, when you load a smoker, can you load it with different food and they won't taste like? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what you do. You don't really have to but sometimes, like if you use like if you're smoking pink salmon, they drip a lot, and then but if you're using like Chinook or Coho, sockeye will drip a little bit too. Chicken, if it was frozen before, that'll drip. Beef will drip too if it was frozen before. So try to use fresh. But if you don't, then when you take it out of your brine, you paper towel it, and then that takes off a lot of the moisture. But you can separate it the way I just said there. So yeah, I've smoked a lot of fish, meat, and vegetables, and even fruit. Yeah, I've done smoked garlic, smoked carrot, smoked mushrooms. It's really nice. Yeah. Mm. I've never used a smoker, just watch you. Okay. Well, that's okay. It's pretty simple stuff. You can buy Little Chiefs or Big Chief smoker or the Master Chef smoker, or you can build your own. It's just a hot plate inside of a box, and then you turn it on with a. Don't use like a stainless steel, or don't use like a cast iron pan. Use one that you can heat up that doesn't off gas, right? You want the right thing. Just be careful because some types of metals are not good for you. But and it's the same with the grates. You don't want like chromed grates and stuff. You don't want that. You want the right for food safe, right? And these things come up. But the best I ever seen was I grew up with these Nutchilnut First Nation guys, and they just had a big cedar shed, and they put a log in there, and they lit the log on fire. A few times the fire department would show up. It was quite fun. They'd show up. Oh, that shed's on fire. It was a pretty good shed. It was 16 by 20. And it looked like it was on fire, but it's not. It was the smoker. But they didn't have a phone. They would come to my place, and I had like a little farm, and they would want to use the phone to phone and tell them that they're going to have the smoker going, right? It's pretty funny. But any box with a heating element in it, like, and you can buy them like a little tiny element stove like that. That's all it is. It's not nothing complicated or anything like that. But smoking it, like smoking the food, is a way of preserving it if there's no other way, right? That's the fastest way of preserving it. And the smoke has like what do you call it? It doesn't matter anyway. My brain's not functioning yet because I'm drinking coffee still. But it has preservatives in it. But also, if you don't have salt, you can just burn birch wood and put birch ash onto meat. It's very salty, and it's good for you. Right. I've put smoked pumpkin, squash, smoked garlic, onions in there. It's delicious. I'm going to pick a few Wapato potatoes this year. Actually, I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to flick them out with my toes. I have a little raft that I put out into the swamp, and there's like an estuary and all these Wapato, these water potatoes. So I want to have a good feed of those. Those are nice smoked too. And I'm trying smoked camas bulbs this year. So you have to be careful harvesting the camas bulbs though. But I went to the Seedy Saturday seed exchange recently, and I lost. A good friend of mine bought me a package of camas bulbs, and I lost them. And my friend's like, "So what do you do with the camas bulbs?" And I'm looking, look, I must have lost them. That really sucked. But I ended up with probably 50 different types of vegetables to grow. And I brought them in my Cucurbita ficafolia. I brought them in different squashes and some cannabis seeds. And they were quite happy to get them. They're like, "What kind is it?" And I'm like, "Well, it's the cannabis kind." I couldn't tell them. I just told them it was a sativa hemp cross from years ago and blah, 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 blah. So can you write that down? So I had to sit there and write this stuff down. Hey, and I'm like, oh, this is how what writing's like. I've not heard of those Wapato potatoes. Oh, there's lots here. And yeah, yeah. Haha, what kind? Laugh out loud. Yeah, it's the cannabis. That's what I said. And the lady's like, "Well, I don't know that one, but people are asking for these seeds." I'm like, "Okay." So I wrote it down. And then I wrote down about the Cucurbita ficafolia. And then I had an acorn squash that was isolated. And I meant to take in some of my Hubbard squash seeds, and I couldn't find them. It's salmon, lady. Pretty much, right? I'm like, wow. What kind? Yeah. What kind? It threw me too. I'm like, yeah, it's just it's been hybrid. My strain is hybrid from like years and years and years, and so every now and then I'll throw in a new kind that someone gives me, or like I've had many people send me seed, but I don't. I've only got a little tiny spot to grow something. Look forward to your sunflower vid this fall. I know, right? I try to get on the YouTube with that. Hey, Dave Knight. I try to get on YouTube with the caption and the thumbnail, the sunflower, but they always kick you out. No, it's restricted. And oh my God, it's a plant. I'm not taking over the world here. We're not talking conspiracy. We're talking about a plant from planet Earth. It's just a plant. And did I mention it's just a plant? But YouTube, man, they restrict your video and you get a warning, and it's like, oh, I didn't know I was, taking over the world. I'm not a secret society, But yeah, I will be putting out a sunflower video. Absolutely. I love sunflowers. But these AI stuff is this AI thinks somewhat, so, or programmed to think with. Yeah, so weird what they restrict and what they allow. Oh my God, what they allow is atrocious. Atrocious. It's incredible to see. It's incredible. Yoda, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I'm on StreamYard. I can't give you a wrench, but anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. Chef Mama Bliss, laughing, laughing, laughing. It's like I can get my poppies. I have like probably a dozen to 15 types of poppies. No problem. You can go on YouTube without being restricted. But, send me some sunflower seeds. Oh, like you want salmon seeds or sunflower seeds? How have you been, Dave? What's the weather like there? I can do that, Dave, because you've been very kind. And thank you for the letter and the card and the seeds. Every year you send me something, and you're oops, hey Daisy. Welcome, 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 oops. It's kind of frozen over there where Dave is. He must have a lot of snow. I think it's warming up there. It did freeze his greenhouse. Some things may have frozen in his greenhouse. Dave was wondering about whether it's going to live or not. And, it's tough. I've got a greenhouse partially built. Yoda's blessed. It's 76 and sunny here. Spring has sprung. Oh, wow. Hey, Dave, you were asked a question. Are you out there, Dave? Dave's not here. Knock, knock, knock. Winter not good for van life. No. Insulation. Lots of insulation. Yeah. Danny and Lorraine Outdoors. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we got more snow than I have seen in years. Yeah. I haven't had any snow. We had frost like for 2 or 3 days, like a solid frost where the ground froze, and then that was it. No, not at all, Dave, especially that area. Yeah, winter not good for van life. Yeah, not at all. I mean, it's really harsh if someone's in a van or a tent or a tarp. But Danny and Lorraine, they built a little cabin out in the middle of nowhere, and they insulated it pretty good. It was really great watching the whole build. I haven't been back for a while, but if you want to see how to rough it a little bit and make a little cabin in the middle of nowhere, they even have a window. It was really cool, and it looked comfy to me. When I was a kid, that's how I cruised around. Cheech and Chong reference, epic. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed Danny and Lorraine Outdoors. It's 8 inches of snow, 10 inches of rain in Tennessee. Oh, wow. We haven't had any snow. We have We had 3 days of solid frost. Like you could, the frost lasted all day and all night, and that was it. Oh, I bet that's messy. Oops. Yeah, I bet so. Oops. Yeah, that's mucky. It keeps getting snowed in. I bet. Hey, it can only take so much snow. You probably have to clear it off. Hey, but you look like a look like a nice cabin to me. I would definitely be all over that if I was wandering to the bush lost and seeing that. I'd be like, yes, that's for me. I love the little stove. That was beautiful. But it doesn't take much to make up a bit of birch tip tea and a little bit of pine needle in there. It doesn't take much. Yeah, just keep alive in a little cabin like that. It's pretty nice. It's a survival type cabin that Danny and Lorraine made, and they did a good job. Very good job. It's not no big, Taj Mahal or anything, but it does the trick. It does what you need. I mean, you must realize that's where people come from. That, and before that, Saudis. Before that, the cave, and there was wanderers with teepees and stuff like that. So yeah. Hi, Lorraine. Oh, hey, Lorraine's here. The roof off got buried in snow. Laugh. I bet. Hey, but yeah, you know, yeah. I'm going to go grab another coffee. There's interesting people here. I have to be somewhere at 8 o'clock. So I only can stay another half an hour or so and have an appointment. Ugh, I don't like appointments. It holds you to a timetable, and I'm on coffee time. Wigwams. That's what we used to call them. Wigwam. Flat hoop houses. Yep. Yep. But a cave is a really good thing. It's okay though. We got no snow last winter, barely, and we had a lot of forest fires. Oh no, that's not good. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Sometimes it is good to have a forest fire, as long as there's no buildings around or anything. But when you see them forest fires in Hawaii and California, and they go flying through and the town's like gone. That happens here too. That happened in Lytton, Lillooet. Yeah, it spark from the train going through. Poof, gone. Kafooey. Yeah. Hey, CR's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. People saying hello, hello, hello. Yep. Cheers to CR showing up. Yep. But it's nothing to laugh at there. If you clear the underbrush and you spiral prune a tree, it's less likely to catch fire. Peace Journey, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so you're less likely, to have a big forest fire if it's managed, right? But sometimes people don't manage the town right or the village, and then there's malevolent people that don't care, that just flick their butt, or they actually start the fire and they're criminals. That these things happen. People just don't understand all the loss of life and property. They just don't get it, man. It's not a good thing. But forest fire, from what I've read, is good for like the forested area, like for different plants to rejuvenate back, and for fertilizing the land. So there's toss ups. But if you're in your cave and underground, it can have all the forest fires at once up there. You just mud off one section and let the forest fire go by. Right? Right? The man's first home was a cave, and you all have heard me say that before. And a couple years ago, I watched this 90-plus-year-old lady in the Middle East. There was a war going on, you know. She grabbed the kids, they were alive, and she dug a hole in a southern position so the sun hits it first thing in the morning. And she made like a cob mud oven here. She had a piece of pipe going out, and she had her cave probably the size of like maybe twice the size of a Volkswagen Bug. Okay, like a mid-sized car size. So yeah, lots of blueberries grow after the forest fires. That's right, absolutely. And so anyway, I've picked burns before back east, Lorraine, that or like that. So she's in her cave. She's over 90 years old. Took her a couple days to dig it out, side of the hill. She braced it a little bit with clay mud, that whatever she had, and then she put a pipe there, and she had a stove. So I don't know. She grabbed, well, I don't know, five or six kids that were the parents were deceased, and it was a war zone. So then she brought them to this cave she built, and she brought like two or three, and then she found a couple more, one or two here and there. So anyway, what happened to CR? Minus 31 Celsius. Gee. Hey, there's no swearing on this channel, CR. So anyway, she raised these kids in a cave for a long time, and she got a couple of goats, a few chickens. She had to fetch water from this creek type, stream type small river. She would go and hike with the kids and get the water and stuff. Lab Dane mix. Ooh. Dog wants to stay in the weather. Yeah, it was nice and cool out there. Yep. But a cave is it's a lot of protection. There's only one way in, and you can see who's coming in. Like if you're in a small cabin, someone marauders or pirates or whatever, people that are just hungry and desperate, they can get in. But a cave, you have to come through this special little place. And then if I have an escape route and I have a week on my hand, I can dig another little escape route to another hidden room or an outgoing outside. You see? Glad you're snug, CR. Yes. Yeah, Mandy has a Zoe. I know two Zoes. Our husky loves the snow and cold. I bet, hey, Lab Dane mixed, right? Caves are awesome. Caves are the best. I mean, the Clovis people in Oregon survived an ice age. They actually have bones that, like, there were camels in North America, okay? Just like you see in the Sahara Desert or Saudi Arabia, there's camels. There was actually camels here, and they found the camel teeth that these pre-Clovis people, like there's Clovis people and there's pre-Clovis. So there's been people here for tens of thousands of years, and they're finding bits and remnants here and there, because you must understand that things deteriorate over time. And if you got something 100,000 years ago that's not made of gold or diamond, it's pretty much dust. So this cave in Oregon, it shows this lifespans of 25, 30, 40, 50 generations of people that lived in there. And they lived in there before the Ice Age. Okay. So I'm like, how's that happen? Isn't there supposed to be like 2 feet or 2 mile thick, whatever, ice, and there's nothing here? That's not exactly what happened. I watched a show a little while ago, and they found camel bones in the US. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the people were here before the Ice Age. People were here during the Ice Age. People were here after the Ice Age. Isn't that something? You don't learn that at school. I'm looking for some stones. Oh, what kind of stones? There are many kinds of stones. Caves are around here that people lived in for over 10,000 years. Peace journey. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. I like caves because if anything that goes wrong, your cave is your protection. You can go in that cave and a forest fire goes by. Hey, great. A cave on a mountain is really good. You'll never get flooded out. But don't put a cave where thermal mass don't. Oh, I see. Yeah. You don't want them exploding. I'm looking for stones. Never found camel, but find mammoth teeth all over. Wow, mammoth teeth. I keep all my teeth that I have extracted. I had to have 5 extracted when I did the chemotherapy. My teeth just blew apart like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, I just shook so bad. So I kept all my teeth. And I said, okay, pull them out. I'm not paying tens of thousands of dollars. It was like, old wisdom tooth I didn't need, and a couple of molars I didn't need, and a canine fang. No, I have all those. Never. Yeah. So a cave is the best thing for humans. Eventually, we're going to go back to caves when it gets too hot, and it will get too hot. The Earth has seen this before. We've gone through all kind of changes on planet Earth. When it gets too hot, you can't breathe the air. So going underground in the cave, the air is nice and cool. Okay. Once air reaches like 150 degrees, or that's not so good. Your lung will burst. Never found camel, but find man. Yep. Fuzzy Adventures. Well, hello, Fuzzy Adventures. Welcome. Good to see you. Oh yeah, but caves are going to be man's last home. I have no doubt. I mean, just think about it. A cave lasts what? How many millions of years? Your geodesic housing lasts what? 50, 60 years? There's cob houses in France, in southern France, that are 1,000 years old, hey? And it's made from mud and straw and hay and sand, clay. Yeah. So, like to survive in the future, cave would be ideal. I hope that you don't have to go into a cave, and I hope it doesn't come to that. But hey, I'm very close to milestone on the channel right now. What's the milestone? Hey, welcome. Hey, Verna. I was amazed at the footprints there are in the U.S. They were really old. New Mexico, 21,000, 23,000 years old. Yeah, that's very cool. I think that was in New Mexico. Yeah. And it showed a mom and child walking with like woolly mammoths and giant beavers and whatever, or giant sloths. They found all kind of different prints in that mud that hardened up. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That humans have been around a long time. A long time, and they've been all over this planet for a very long time. When you get like waters that when you have a pole shift, it really wipes out. Like it's recorded that water's been at the Sphinx in Egypt, that it's right up to its chin, and it actually has been underwater. How does that work in a desert? So the planet floods, every whatever, like 10,000 or 100,000 years. It actually happens, and it's been recorded. Like a good friend of mine is a geologist, and he said that he has seen the way the rocks spin. You know how you look at a river and it's kind of rippled like this, the rock, the sand. Well, just pictures that into a larger scale. And I was just like, cool, man. That's very cool. The planet's been here a super, super long time, millions of years. So, for myself, I don't think we're the very first civilization. There's too much evidence to suggest otherwise. I mean, I've looked at mega structures, right? And humans, you'd have to have a high-tech human mind for some of the stuff I've seen, like Gopekli Tepe. I mean, that place is super old, and some of the artwork there, like the sculpture, uh, it's it's come from a very advanced civilization, very advanced, and but here on where I am on Vancouver Island, I watched a video this morning. There's a stairs that come out of the ocean and go up the side of the hill and go nowhere. And some people said that it was from a movie set. Well, that's kind of doesn't really add up if you look at it, because there's people in their memoirs 200 years ago wrote about those stone steps. So you'll hear all kinds of nonsense, but you have to understand that there's been a place found out near Tsuk on the west coast side where there's also a set of stairs that go down into this cave. And that was found 200 years ago, or not quite 200 years ago, probably 150 years ago. It was in 1853 or 4. And the guy sketched it. It's like, okay, what? So people have been around a long time. Some of it is mind-blowing. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Fuzzy, oops, make it okay. Bay saying hello. Yeah, okay, amazing. Some of it is mind blowing. Yeah, because you're not taught that. CR doesn't have a wrench. No. I wanted CR to have a wrench. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't hide him or anything. Uh-oh. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, CR. I still want some soapstone. Yeah, it's nice to carve soapstone. Hey, it's really nice. The problem is on these finds, people assume and make it to take decades before they realize the truth. Yeah, absolutely. How are you? Oops. Oops is here. Good morning, Dave. Yeah, sorry, CR. I'm on the StreamYard. I can put that up. Invite. Invite guest. Copy there, go down here, put that there, paste. If someone wants to come up, they certainly may. Please enter and send. Bing bada boomba. So yeah, just talking about being an earthling, where you come from, where you going. Oops. You're up there. I want some soapstone. Oh, sorry there, CR. I don't know how to get rid of that. Hide current comment. Okay, there we go. You're hidden, not really though, just off the screen. Still here. Good. Oh, someone came up. It's Verna. Verna, can you shake your hand back and forth? Well, that's okay. That'll do.
Cut your volume off.
There you go. Good morning. Cheers.
That it is a good morning. I'm just busier than skunk spot.
Skunks are pretty busy. They're up to no good. They're quite the cheeky characters and stinky.
Only if you get them mad. Only if they threaten you. Hey, CR.
My DNA tests say I'm from everywhere. Laugh out loud. Yeah, mine too says I'm from all over the world. I like it.
Yeah, I'm from all over the world. The biggest thing that I have is Germany, but then after that, it's everywhere.
Yep. And Neanderthal still in some. Well, yeah, I've acted like a Neanderthal a few times until I was educated.
And there's some people that do look yeah.
Neanderthal. Yeah, it's a tough word.
My tongue doesn't want to get it.
That's okay. Mine too. Welcome, Berta. I didn't know she had orange cup. I didn't either. It was a Reese's Pieces cup Verna's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, usually I don't act like a Neanderthal, more of a brigand, but but
Well,
only if I catch too many fish or something. It's like, oh no, I put some back, put some back.
it's like
I,
the government who thinks we're all Neanderthals.
yeah. Well, you know what? We're all Earthlings. You know, whether you're different metabolism, there's like a half a dozen or so different types of Earthlings, but there's always some found again or some extinct. So yeah, yeah. Government, don't listen to
I
them.
don't know if that's Danny or Lorraine.
That's Lorraine.
I will figure.
Yeah,
Good to see
Danny's
you,
probably
Lorraine.
Danny's probably out checking his slips. Yeah.
Oh, she growing slips too?
No, no. The slips means they catch rabbits.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's what he's doing,
I
but
had
I seen a video. He caught some before, so I'm just thinking.
after the ones that I gave away, I still have 18 purple sweet potato slips.
Yeah, those type of slips. Yeah, over 20
And I
rabbits.
have about 18 more to plant.
Nice, nice. Lorraine's saying that Danny and her got over 20 rabbits this year in the slip. It's like a snare in the rabbit. They put it in the rabbit lead. They put it hand high, and then it's a little snare like this, and then they put a stay there, and then they block up here and here on the side of the rabbit lead, and then the rabbit has to go and hop into the slip,
Uh,
right? But you have to put it hand high. You can't let them on the ground. They don't work on the ground. And then you can build other things like to catch grouse or partridges. You cut the birch tips, and put it in a square. Make some entrances where they can go in and feed. You can put a bunch in there, and they'll try to get in there, and you can catch ptarmigan like that. And I've done all that. I've done that. I actually survived a long time, many years on doing that. Yeah, yeah, and fish traps. I've built fish traps
do
too.
you save the hides, Lorraine?
Danny makes pounds over 20. We call them pounds. Yeah, over 20 rabbits this year. Yeah, yeah. A rabbit is good eating. I don't know if she saves the hide or not, but
Because doing those hides, they can double their money.
uh, well, when I was a kid back east, we called it a Bryce, two rabbits, and you put it on the side of the road where people were traveling, and they give you $1 for two rabbits, 50 cents a rabbit or something like that, or they'll give you two bits, like 25 cents for two, but they called it a Bryce. And that was actually a common thing to do and see, was to buy these. Well, mostly when I was a kid, I used to put them on the side of the road with my older brother, because miners would drive in a bus. He does with foxes, minks, and coyotes. Well, there you go.
Cool.
And yeah, and we would get this money, but we'd hide off in the bush, and sometimes they wouldn't pay. They just took the rabbit and left. We're like, that's shitty. And but most of the time they did pay, and they knew we were watching. Then they'd try to call us out, and we're like, no, no, just throw the money on the ground and get going, right? You always played it safe, right? You don't know who's who. So yeah, I used to do lots of fur. Yeah, yeah. I don't have any fur things. I have a hat, a fur hat. A brace of rabbits are over $20 now. Whoa, I gotta move where the money is, man. Two rabbits, $20, hey. Come a long ways from two bits, a quarter for two, hey.
Hey,
Yeah.
Charlie.
Welcome, 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 Shawnee Grows. Red fox are my favorite. Wow, a brace of rabbits is over $20. That's pretty cool. Good morning, Shawnee Grows. And Brad showed up. Good morning. Silver foxes are so pretty. Yep. And people are saying hello to Shawnee Grows. I went to the seed exchange on February 14th, I think.
Yeah, that's
And
what to hear about.
Yeah, I have a ton of new seeds over there, and I put up a lot of seeds in and I did one video. I haven't put it up yet. I just did a general video how I bought some raw honey and just inside the Crystal Gardens, which is huge. I'm doing very good there, Mr. Brad. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well as well. And so I did that. That was my outing, recent outing.
Okay, on the honey, which kind of honey did you get?
I can go and get it.
Because I ordered my I can't think of the name now.
Oh, here it is here.
Buckwheat honey. I had to get my buckwheat honey from Canada.
Yeah, this is it just says raw South Vancouver Island honey, 340 grams, Goldstream.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's your local honey, in other words.
Yeah, it's just like a 20-minute drive from here. But this was at CD Saturday, and I thought, you know what? This jar of honey will last me for 6 months. I just put a little bit on something. I don't use a lot of it, being a diabetic. But there's also this QR thing.
QR code.
Yeah. And it's a little cloudy. You know that this is, it's not pasteurized, filtered, or anything like that. It's the real deal. And I knew of them anyway, but I usually go somewhere nice jar, easy to get inside. Yes. Yeah. It's a BPA free lid. So that was kind of cool too. Yeah, so that was my outing. I was there for probably 2 or 3 hours, and I did one video. I didn't do an actual video of the seed exchange. There's people in there that want to stay private. I'd be the only person there with a camera, so I noticed things. I have a lot of intuition, so I noticed lots of watered down honey out there. Yeah, watch it. Yeah, this isn't watered down honey.
Let me get you my honey tub.
Yeah. You're looking well, Holly. Glad to see you. You as well, Brad. Lots of watered down honey out there. Oh, there absolutely is. And you get caught doing that around here, you wouldn't get to go to the seed exchange or these other conventions. Wow. Yeah. See what I mean? That's dark. Yeah.
It's buckwheat honey.
Yeah. It's nice. Buckwheat honey is really, really nice.
It's healthy too. It's healthier than regular.
Yeah. This is wild honey from wildflowers, like the salal berry or whatever's blooming in the forest. So, yeah.
There. Canada.
Oh, nice. Yeah, buckwheat honey. I've had it. It's really nice for
But I want to show you how you know it's real honey.
Yeah. I appreciate that. There it is.
Crystallized it is?
Yup.
It was crystallizing when I got it.
Same here.
That's how you know it's good honey.
It's not all runny, that honey doesn't just free flow. Honey is thick and dense, and it's just like that. See, you're scooping it up. Oh, you're so lucky to eat that.
I'm diabetic, but I watch what I eat.
I'm diabetic, but this will last me a long, long time. I had a similar jar, but bigger.
5 pounds, and I've had it for 2 years.
Yeah. It won't go bad in 100 years.
It don't go bad in 1,000 years.
No, that's right. That's what I like about maple syrup or honey. It does not go bad. It just does not carry microbes like mold, fungus, or yeast or anything. It doesn't live in there. So that's the great thing about honey. I like at the end of the smoking of any meats or fish, I like a little bit of honey on it at the end. If you do it before, it turns into acrylamide, which is not so good for you. It's actually really bad for you.
You take it out the fire, you put the honey on it, and
then you eat it. Yeah.
Right.
But you can leave it on the smoker a little bit. John Rocks Toronto. What's up?
Hey, John.
Hi, John. Glazed, yum. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Crystal.
glazed, you only do it for a few minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Acrylamides is not an ingredient that's on products that you buy. It's what it is. It's not included in the ingredients list because it doesn't exist until you heat it up.
Uh-huh.
And anything "ide" means death. Hey, so acrylamide, no, thank you. No, anything "ide", that's not good. "Ide"
Yeah,
in
they
Latin.
make you idle because you ain't going to be able to do anything. You're dead.
That's a. I wouldn't call that hyperbole or an assumption. I'd call that a fact.
Right.
Well said, Verna. A coat of honey preserves it too. Absolutely, absolutely. And you're looking for that treat at the end of your meal, at the end of the day. A little bit of honey on your food. I put a little bit of honey in my salad sometimes. If I'm making like a Mediterranean dish or something, I put a little honey
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
Anything that has cheese, that has raw cheese in it, you put honey on it. Yeah.
very good for you.
They complement each other.
I only buy raw cheese and raw milk. That's it. I don't buy anything else. And it's quite expensive to get raw cheese. Like my favorite's Gruyere from Sweden. It
Uh-huh.
sits in a it's not pasteurized, it's raw, but it sits in a cave for 2 years before they even sell it.
Yeah, it has to age it.
Yeah. Really cold outside. Take it easy, CR. Take it easy.
They
Stoke the
warm me.
fireplace. But it's like 30 below or something like that. I don't know. CR could tell you, but it's cold there. It's cold here. We finally got 3 days. Well, it's not today, but we ended up getting 3 days of actual frost through the day and through the night. And that's it. That's what we got for winter this year.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to snow lightly today, and I'm like, I don't see it. Storms, Barry,
Good
welcome,
morning,
welcome, welcome.
storms. Here, you're going to hate it. It's 56. We're on the cool down cycle now. Again.
I don't mind the cold because I need cold hours for some of the fruit trees.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah, to produce well, like my honey crisp, my peach, and my apricot. They all need and cherry too. They need cold hours. I have the older varieties. I don't have these new hybrid varieties.
No, never mind. Don't
No,
go
go ahead.
there.
We're here. What?
I'm trying not to rant about how people screw things up.
Oh, that's not a rant. That's just a discernment, a discussion about a concern. Let her loose there, Verna.
I hate when they do all this modification on the plants and everything.
Yeah.
Some of it they do naturally, I can understand.
Yeah.
But others they do unnaturally.
Yeah, that's GMO'd. Yeah.
Yeah, well, some of the things they call GMO can be done naturally. It's when they're done unnaturally, like they put frog genes into a plant because and stuff like that. That's no. That you can't breed them, so don't mix them.
Cheers to that.
I mean, plants do enough of their own revolving when you plant things close together. Like if you plant tomatoes and peppers together, hot peppers, you could actually heat up the tomatoes that way.
Interesting. They're very interesting. I like putting peppers with my tomatoes so they don't mold.
Yeah, but they can actually, depending on the peppers you have growing there, it can actually heat the tomatoes where they'll have a little bite in them.
Grasshopper in salmon. What the hell? Boop says. I don't know anything about that, dude. But anyway, what Verna's talking about, things can freely hybridize or they're man-made. Hey, Joran, welcome.
Hey, Joran, good to see you.
Always a pleasure to see you, Shadow Scout Swede. I'm on the StreamYard and I don't know how to give you a wrench. I'm sorry, fellas.
You have to click over to your YouTube thing on it to do it.
I'd hit the wrong button, and I haven't been on StreamYard in probably a couple 3 years. So if I hit the wrong button and it's over with, that's my theory. Just to leave it alone. It works according to Hoyle or.
Well, Lucy is awful needy this morning.
Yeah.
Last 2 days I've had to leave her by herself, and so she's kind of extra needy.
Whoa. What do you mean your voice is back to normal having to go to the dentist? Did you get injured or something? I hope not. Eating too much junk food? I don't think so, because you grow a lot of good food and you eat well. What's
Well,
going
and
on?
yeah, to yell at.
Yeah, Shawnee Gross, Storms Radio. I think my voice is back. Must have had a cold, maybe. Having to go to the dentist today. That's not pleasure at all.
That's going to make everything go bad
Ugh.
for a few hours.
Hey, CR, it seems you have leveled out today. Yeah, he's minus 24 Fahrenheit. Hey there, what have you been up to? Yeah, Shadow Scout Swede, what have you been up
Oh,
to?
he's had a few videos out. I just haven't had a chance to catch up on them because I've been not home very much except for to do my live streams. That's it.
Well, there's been some education come out about Earthlings' relationship to all these different machines. So back in the day, we learned about from like there's different divas that govern like peas, carrots, machines, and all this, And so anyway, apparently there's some scientific evidence that you become addicted to machines. It's just like you become addicted to foods or drugs or whatever, whatever your opioid is. So anyway, this new data, depending on how you say it, comes out that you get this dopamine release from Earthlings get it from owning these machines and using them. Like computers, cell phones, TVs, radios, and you get when you listen to something, that's called an algorithm. So you pick up on it and you get this dopamine release that makes you feel good. Yay. Right? That's the addiction. It could be that, it's very mild, or it could take over people's lives. I'm just going to say hello to everybody. CR says he's drinking and coffee, listening. Craig Okay, oops. Bless your efforts with your plants. Yes, absolutely. Like plants, like Verna's doing sweet potato slips and growing sweet potatoes, and that can be done even though there's winter-like conditions. It'll come summer, but she's already growing them so she can transfer them out. Or do you grow them in your window or your house?
Right now. I'm growing the slips. I got a table in front of the window.
That's it. That's what I do too.
And then after my birthday, I'll put them outside.
Right.
What I have, I'm only going to keep 2 of them. I'm trying to give away a lot of my slips. Yeah, to spread the love.
Yeah. I understand. I have the same problem. I make too much food, or I make too many plants. I'll make a tray of pepper plants. I'm like, okay, how you only need 2 or 3 plants, and you've got 150 here. So I have a place to bless people with them. Out at the curb there's a little book library, and I have a food pantry in it. So now there's going to be, when I have my extra plants, I'm putting them there, or trees. I make a lot of trees and people can just take them. There'll be no cost for anything.
What I think I'll do is I'll go down to the farmer's market, and what I don't sell when they open up, I'll bring out and to give to certain people at the farmer's market that I know have gardens, and just give it to them.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I used to dream of making all this money and selling all these plants. I'm like, but I end up with a ton of plants I just discard into my pathway soil bank. So, but people around the world have been having flus and flu-like symptoms for a very long time. Make sure you keep organic vitamin C. There's 2 types of vitamin C. one that's made from cornstarch, which is absolutely useless. And then there's one from like rose hips or oranges. That's the one for you. And that boosts your immunity. Hey, vitamin C does a lot of complex building.
I just say, I'll put it this way. This is my advice. If you need more vitamin C, anytime you have oranges, scrape off the zest.
Oh yeah.
Put it in your freezer.
Yep.
That way you have your vitamin C that you can add to your food or your smoothies or whatever.
You need it every 4 hours. Your body doesn't produce vitamin C. Hey,
right.
That's why.
When it gets too expensive for you to get the oranges and apples, and that you'll have that to carry you through.
Yeah, pine needles will do it too. Just like Oops is saying there. I've had pine needle tea. It's really nice. And CR, there you see, CR talks a lot about eating his green onion. I mean, there's your vitamin C. Boom.
Right.
Right.
And there's a lot of vegetables that have more vitamin C in it than oranges do.
Raw meat will have vitamin C, hey, but cooked meat won't.
And I don't eat raw meat.
Well, I'll eat a medium rare steak.
Not me.
I don't mind it. Know your needles, pine needles. Feel for you, CR. Yeah, killer cold now, literally. Yes, a lot of people got sick these days. Joran says, yeah, you know what? I've improved my health a bit. And you practice new skills, and learning is the best part of your day. So like vitamin C, like I said, I used to buy, and I have lots of it, vitamin C. I didn't know what I was buying. It's ascorbic acid. Let's not make a mistake, but it's not from a natural source. So there's cofactors missing. Okay.
Ascorbic acid and citric acid.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan of synthetic made vitamin C. I'm not a fan. I did the research. I talked to like some very smart people, and but looks like I'm going to have to cut her close here. I'm sorry, but I've got to be somewhere in 6 minutes.
Everybody have a blessed day.
Verna, thank you for being here, and thank you for educating us. It was very cool to see your honey and talk about your slips in the window. I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you, Howie.
You take care now.
Everybody came in for you too.
See ya. That was Verna, and she does a couple of live streams every week. But I must say bye for now. I'm going out to travel. I actually have to do some mailing to Shawnee Grows. I'm mailing, well, I'm not, a friend of mine is, mailing you some seed. I just have to get out there because I've got a ride coming, so I can divert my ride to drop off some seed. And peace and love to you as well. I hope you feel better. And may the dentist be careful. CR, careful. Leave studio. Okay. How about ending the stream?